G'day. Today we're doing a transmission service on a Nissan Elgrand 2002 model. Got the 5-speed transmission, 3.5 litre V6. So we're just going to start off with just sucking the oil out. Just makes it a little bit less messy when we suck it out that way before you take the pan off. And the fillet tube or the dipstick's just located over here. And these have the RE5R05A transmission, the 5-speed in. We need to take this stone guard off first to get access to the pan. Stone guard's off. Probably help to remove this just cross-member bar or protection bar as well. If you don't have a vacuum pump, you can drain the oil out of here. And also a good idea to give it a bit of a blowout and a clean and a wire brush before you take the pan off. And here we've got the component application chart for the same transmission. You can see the clutches and bands that are applied in each of the gears. The torque converter clutch is applied in 4th and 5th gear depending on the driving conditions and the fluid temperature and throttle position. And if you need to remove the valve body and change some solenoids, just be aware that these solenoids are very difficult to remove without damaging them. So take extra care if you're going to try and pull them out. And we've got an operation chart there of each of the solenoids. What the conditions are when they're energized and not energized, or power on, power off. And there's the other one there. So the details on the TFT, or the transmission fluid temperature sensor. Having issues with these transmissions, it is definitely worth taking the pressure switch plate off and giving those a bit of a clean as well. You'll find that fine metal becomes contaminated in here, and it can restrict the operation of that little pressure switch. Okay, pan's off. You can see the filter there. We'll just whiz the filter off, replace that. And there's not much else you can do with servicing these. Filter's off. Now just make sure when you're pushing these back in, they've got 2 nuts that bolt up onto the bottom of it. And, well, 3 actually. So what you do is when you put the filter on, you just cock it to one side and that'll hold that bolt from being pushed up into the valve body. So what you do is you just put the filter on, the holes in the filter will actually hold it just until you get that thread started, and then do them up as usual. I've got the pan there, you can see the magnets covered in muck. And as per usual, what we'll do is we'll put these magnets up on top of those little ridges, those little bumps in the pan. The idea is just so you've got more surface area working on the magnet, top of it and the bottom of it. If it's put up flash against the pan there, the bottom side's not exposed to the oil, so it can't work. Just push it to the side, that's it, and that locks those threads in the pan so you can get those nuts on. And when you're putting the magnets up on those little ridges, just make sure that the pan can be put on properly without the magnets hitting something underneath. If they do, you just have to move it to another spot. Alright, pan's back on. Make sure you don't over tighten these cork rubber gaskets. Now we can put the stone guard back on. If you've undone, let the oil out of that drain plug there. If you've undone it, just make sure you re-tighten that as well. Good idea to check your universal joints underneath. Also you can check the transfer case fluid level or gear oil level, and have a quick look underneath, make sure everything appears okay. And we'll start off with putting about 3 litres of the multi-trans full synthetic fluid in. It's a Tritec brand. You can see it can handle the Nissan Matic D fluid J. Get the transmission fluid up to temperature and double check it. Important not to overfill it or underfill it. If you overfill it, it can hit the spinning parts and aerate the oil, cause a similar problem as not having enough oil in there. Anyway, I hope that's helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Any comments, leave them in the section below. Don't forget to throw me a beer if I've helped you in any way. Thank you for watching.